Nowadays, traction control is becoming standard on many high-performance sport bikes. But what is traction control? And does it really translate into faster lap times at the racetrack? For this comparison test, we've gathered 6 brand new 2012 sport bikes that all come from the factory with traction control to find out which system proves to be the most effective at the racetrack. It's probably the TC system that is the most crude, I would have to say. It only runs off a rated change, off the acceleration of the crankshaft, where the other bikes use wheel speed sensors and all that. It's a cool safety feature, and I applaud MV for putting it on their bike, but in this comparison, it really needs a lot of refinement to actually translate into better lap times at the racetrack. The Ducati traction control system is probably one of the most least refined. It intervenes very heavily, even in a low setting. It doesn't read the surface of the road well. What I mean by that is if you ever are riding through corners with a lot of camber, the TC system just can't deal with it, and it comes in very, very aggressively, and it shuts down your drive. Like you'll want more gas, more throttle, and the thing will just hold you back. And it does work, but I would have to say it's the most restrictive system, and it's the least intuitive. It just doesn't offer seamless integration like it does on any of the other bikes, with the exception of the MV. The BMW traction control system, it's a good system. Probably the thing that hurts it the most, I would have to say, is the wheelie control functionality of it. It comes in very abruptly, and it affects the handling dynamics of the motorcycle just because it cuts in so aggressively. It makes the front end come down so quick that it really does screw up your lap. And the wheel spin capabilities of the traction control system, it works well. You can lean on the system really heavily, like you can actually ride on the track, go through the turn in slick mode, and you can dial in full throttle, and the thing will hold you back and keep you from landing on your head. But at the same time, it's very restrictive. Faster, more talented riders will easily reach the threshold of the system. So overall, the BMW system does work well, but it doesn't offer enough calibration for a faster rider. The Ninja ZX-10R traction control system, it works really well. It interacts very smoothly. The wheelie control is phenomenal. It's one of the best wheelie control systems out there. The only flaw in the Ninja's traction control armor is even in the least restrictive mode, even in setting 1, it's still too restrictive. It definitely reads the road well, and it allows the tire to still move a little bit and anticipates your riding and what you're going to do very well. But faster riders, again, like the BMW, it'll restrict you. It holds you back too much, and that's one of the reasons why it rated where it did. The funny thing about the R1 is, since it's so much down on power and it's kind of heavier than the rest of the bikes, it's the bike that really almost doesn't even need traction control just because of the friendly power band and engine characteristics. But the Yamaha's traction control system is second only to the Aprilia's. Like, it works really well. It comes in really smoothly. It offers a lot of adjustment. It takes the edge off hard acceleration, but not so much where it restricts your drive. The R1 has a really good traction control system, and something that will help even experienced riders net faster laps at the racetrack. Of all the bikes in this test, I have to say the Aprilia's electronics package is not only the most sophisticated, but actually works the best too. Number one, the first thing that's cool about this bike is just the adjustability of it. There's an up and down button right on the handlebar. You push it while you're riding, and it adjusts it for either more restriction or less restriction. And the actual functionality of it is just, it's superb. Where the other bikes, you kind of feel the traction control activating, and it kind of holds you back a little bit, like kind of keeps you from accelerating sometimes. The Aprilia system doesn't hold you back as much. It still gets you going forward, but controls that wheel spin, so the tires are always kind of in line, and moving you forward. Just that and the launch control and wheelie control, just having those functionalities integrated into the traction control system, I mean, it's phenomenal, and it really does work the best.